Hello friends, welcome to this activity. Okay, so we are going to be practicing measuring the area of some different rectangles and squares in this part of your rotation. So we're going to first talk about what area is and how we find that using a model or a picture. So in our rectangle, the area means that we are measuring the space inside of our shape. So the perimeter, we were measuring the outside, and the area means that we're measuring the space that's inside of the shape. And we do that by thinking about breaking up the space into tiny little squares. And so here we have little squares here that are 1 inch. So they're on all sides, they are 1 inch squares. So what you're going to do is you are going to see how many squares you need to be able to fill up the inside of each shape. And so you can drag them from over here and fill them in, and each shape should fill perfectly. So you shouldn't have to worry about squares not fitting. It should fit in perfectly with the shape. And then you're going to count how many of those squares that you use to fill it up. So I've got a row of 5 here. I've got 3 rows of 5, which gives me 15. And we call these square inches. So you're going to type in your answer down here with our label of square inches. So that's how we measure the inside of a shape. We think about making little squares inside, and each square, sometimes it's an inch, sometimes it might be a foot or a meter, a square meter, but we try to fill up the space on the inside with little unit squares, and counting them up tells us how many square inches we have. So a square inch, remember, is different than just a normal inch like on our ruler. A normal inch on our ruler would just be measuring like the edge of the square would be an inch. But when we say a square inch, it means think about 4-sided square, and all sides are 1 inch. How much space that would take up on the inside. So we're thinking about an actual square that's an inch long on each side, and we're talking about the space that it takes up. So when you see square inches, I want you to think about we have actually little squares that are taking up some space. And that's how many square inches it would take to fill up our rectangle. So you guys are going to do the same thing for the rest of these rectangles and squares down below. Go ahead and drag the mini square inches over to see how many it takes to fill up the shape. And you're going to type the answer, how many square inches you used, down here in this box below to find the area. Once you finish all of these slides, you are ready to head back to Canvas. Have fun, everyone.